Hailey Neal, and I'm in 6th grade.
Fantastic. And you are a ghost hunter, right?
Yeah.
Terrific. So how did you get involved in this?
Well, I wanted to have a science fair project that no one was going to do. And so last year for Christmas, I got a ghost hunting kit. And my family all pitched in money and bought it. So I thought that this would be a fun adventure. Just like one.
Okay, please be careful as you move through, because again, there's very little light in places. The building was built by a man named William Heryford. William was one of the pioneering ranchers of Lake County. He rode into the town when he was 23 years old, back in the 1870s. This bar then functioned from the 1930s through 1980, approximately, when the Elks decided they were getting older and had, well, prior to that time, they decided that the reason they weren't getting new members was because they couldn't use the elevator anymore. And we'll go into that story later. No, this was built 100 years ago, 1912 to 13. Well, when I first bought the building, I found up on the 3rd floor that we had a truss, which is a mechanism of support for the 3rd floor. We found that it was weak. We saw damage up there, so I continued to watch it, and about 10 years ago we discovered there were a series of earthquakes, and we discovered that it had been compromised, and I was worried about the safety of the building. And these chairs here came out of the original Marius Theater, which is up here. Probably Healy and I got our first kiss in one of these chairs. Now originally, the 3rd floor here was designed as office space, so that Lakeview, the Lake County Examiner, quoted it as saying, when the building was built for the grand opening, so that Lakeview would have the business and professional facility to grow in the coming century. Well, after Mr. Harriman changed the routing of the railroad and other businesses built up, they had no need for this much office space. So they converted as many of these apartments or rooms as they could into apartment space. This was set up as an office building. They didn't worry very much about bathrooms, but every room had its own sink. So they were able to put
Katie.
But the building has been commonly broken into over time, and that's what happened there. Sometime in the late 1980s, I hadn't been up here for several months, and I came up and found where some kids had climbed up the fire escape and had a little party pad built over there. Well, Bert passed away here in the building, and for years there were rumors that he was still seen around the building. I had been scared here before. I've had the hair stand up and me want to, I won't say run, but because when when something happens like that, I make myself go face it so that I don't regret it later. But yeah, there's been a time or two I sure haven't wanted to enter a room somewhere. Okay, now we're at street level.
You got one?
Now we're at street level.
Oh, the light came on. What was, no, it didn't, did it? Did the light come on?
That's her meter, you hear it?
I don't think there's any electric here.
Here's part of the old face.
The old safe?
Face
Face of the clock.
of the clock.
We need to decide on.
We laid it out one time and it's almost all there.
I sickening.
I mean, I just being down here, I've been working down here late some nights, and like I said, heard people walk over the top of me.
Yeah.
So that would have been 1913, 1940 roundup, probably. Oh, it was left here. Can you believe that this building was built in 1 year with no electricity? Can you imagine how many men they had to have with picks and shovels and horses and dynamite and
1
to
year.
dig this basement and then take the building up and finish it in 1 year? This is some of the furniture that the Elks left and some that I collected. This set actually came from Helena, Montana back in the 1870s. Beautiful set of, was always going to get restored and see how far I got with it. This is some of the original storage area. In fact, some of this may have come out of, no, this is some of the original woodwork and storage. Downstairs, okay, go here. See the hole right here?
These were stacked, they wouldn't stack together,
What is that? It's a
Well, if you, early day, old clubs, I mean, even to this day have initiation rituals. And if you ever heard the saying, and the goat you rode in on,
yeah.
this is the goat that you would have ridden in on as an initiation for the Elks Lodge.
Nice.
Now, the second time that I bought the building, I'm down here with, and just so excited to be back in it. And my feet know the way. And I've got this flashlight that starts going dim, and I'm having to hit it, and I'm walking and hitting the flashlight, and suddenly I start feeling really strange. And I get someplace in here, and I'm hitting that light, and I'm about right here. I really didn't wet my pants, honest I didn't. But I came close.
Sure you did.
I came Did you hear that?
That was the door closing behind us.
Where? We are underneath the old Snyder and Howard.
I found the receipt sitting in the cabinet.
Please make sure we come back to that area, okay?
When I was first looking at buying the building, this room is what sold me on buying it. And the reason is, the Elks Lodge had, thanks to Chuck Kelly, who was an electrical engineer, had just installed a new electrical box system. And basically, I bought the electrical system, and they threw in the brick, the land, and the building for free.
Here, prescription boxes. There's no prescription boxes. Yeah. I was the stock boy.
Oh, really?
I came down here.
I have nothing in it.
And this stuff could be so old. It's incredible.
What's that in the pink, the bottom? Huh? Look.
Doors alone in this space. Yes, alone. I love it.
There's hooves.
Yep, there's hooves on this little board here.
Oh, there's hooves. Like, we got some hooves over
Oh, and then we go all the way back up here. We do? Did we come back up here?
You did, but not through this hallway, through the other hallway. Feel like you're climbing a mountain. These stairs are really easy to trip on, so watch yourself. There we go.
Whoa. We're up.
Oh, we're all under here.
Wow.
We're alive!
This part, this used to be Van's Restaurant when I first came to town in '67. And it was the going thing. It was before we had Jerry's and, but it was just all the windows along the street. It was the greatest place.